Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I This evening I'm excited to be here and I'm going to be discussing or sharing with you why most realtors are busy every day but are still broke and how to kill distractions, right? Why most realtors are busy every day but still broke and how to kill distractions. I'm excited to be here. If you're watching live, please type hashtag live in the comment section and let me know you're live. If you're watching the replay, just type hashtag replay in the comment section and let me know you are here. I'm so excited to be sharing this. I'm not going to take so much time. This should be a 30 to 40 minutes session. You can drop your questions in the comment section, and then at the end of this section, I'm going to respond to them. If you can hear me clearly, type one. If you can see my screen, type two in the comment section. Let me know you are live. Now, um, it's very interesting to know that you can work from morning till night, right? You can answer calls, reply messages, go for many inspections, right? Attend meetings, post randomly online, and still end the day with zero progress, right? That is very interesting to note. Very interesting, right? Zero progress. Okay. I mean, tonight, and this is why we're having this session tonight. Welcome, Joel. Welcome, Legacy Realtor. It's good to have you all here, right? So this is why we're having this session tonight. At the end of this session, I want to show you four things. There are four things we're going to be discussing. It was meant to be five, but I compressed it into four so that we don't take a lot of time. The first is the part one of this whole session. We'll just discuss distractions. What really are they, right? And then part two, we'll talk about why activities is not the same thing as productivity, all right? And then part three, we'll talk about what actually makes money for realtors. What are the activities or what are the things that makes money for realtors, right? And then number four, how do you structure your day to minimize distractions as much as possible? Okay, these are the four parts that we're going to be discussing tonight. Just stick with me, stay with me, pay attention, avoid distractions right in this class as we dive right in, right? So part one, what distractions really are. What are distractions? And I'm going to disrupt your mindset today, and because there are good distractions as well. They are good distractions. I know a lot of people, when you hear the word distraction, you take it to be bad stuff, right? But I mean, they are good distractions. Now, by way of a definition, distractions, right, are simply anything that pulls your attention away from what you plan to do right now. Make sense? So any other thing that tries to pull your attention from what you have, set to do at the moment or in the moment is a distraction. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. And I'm sure you're beginning to ask me now in your head, Jeff, what are you saying? What if I'm trying to work and my pastor calls me in the middle of work? I have decided to do this by this time, and my pastor calls me, or my spouse calls me, or my loved one, my mother calls me. Is that a distraction? Of course it is. It is, and that's why I said distractions can be good. Like a good thing can also be a dis- distraction. So again, a distraction is anything at all, right? That pulls your attention away from what you have planned to do. And so not everything that looks good is good for you right now. That's the point I'm trying to make, right? And this is very important, especially as realtors, especially as people that are trying to achieve our goals this year. Okay, it is very important to understand this thing, that once it pulls your attention away from that thing you're doing at the moment that is going to help you achieve that goal, or that thing you have set aside to do at the moment, it is a distraction. Okay. Now, random examples are maybe a random phone call when you have decided to make a content, right? You've decided to do something, and that phone call doesn't have a purpose. It's somebody that just remembered you and just say, let me even call this person. Then you guys are talking for another 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I mean, that is a distraction, right? Someone is strolling by and decide to come and check on you. I remember a few years ago, I used to live along the road, and it's a route for a couple of my guys. When they're coming back from somewhere, they just stop by. You know what those stop by kind of things? That is a distraction. Why? Because you have designed that time to do something, all right, and somebody comes to just come and check on you. And sometimes those kind of people can be draining. By the time they are done with you, you feel drained, you feel exhausted, and at the end of the day, you don't get to do that thing you want to do. That is a distraction, even if the person is a loved one. Okay. Just still in the office, of course, you're a realtor, you go to an office to work, right? Maybe I mean, you don't want to stay home because you feel like you may not be productive at home. Then you go to work in an office, and at the end of the day, you get to gist with your other colleagues. Is gisting bad? No, it's not bad. But if you check the conversations, and the conversation you just had is not in alignment with what you have planned to do at that time, it is a distraction. And the list goes on and on. Do you know that even continuous learning without taking action is a form of distraction? Jeff, what are you saying? Learning? Yes, it is. When you keep learning, right, without implementing, without taking action, that in itself is a form of distraction. Sometimes we hide under the guise of learning. I need to know more, right, to procrastinate. Procrastination is not only when you're avoiding doing the right work, it's also when you're using the right work. You're using the right work to avoid doing the thing you ought to do right now, right? It is part of a distraction. Okay? Right. So my goal today is to just disrupt your mindset a bit, and help you be more productive. I mean, you don't have to sweat all day and roam up and down and be doing a lot of activities, all right, to actually be productive. Okay. So if it does not move you closer to learning, visibility, or sales, it is a distraction as a realtor. So now I'm talking to realtors. So if you are a realtor, now think about it in your own business. I know a couple of people that are not realtors too are watching me, right? So think about it in your own business too. What are the three key things that you have to do every day in order to move towards your goal in your business? For me, as a realtor or as a real estate consultant, right, I feel like learning, visibility, and sales are like the three core things I ought to do every day, right? And if the activity I have set to do does not align with these three things as regards my work, right? Or as regards my income or my earning as a realtor, a real estate consultant, it is a distraction. Okay. So that is why I started by saying that distractions can be good things as well. Okay. It just depends on, again, if it does not move you closer to your goal. It may look professional, it may even feel urgent. And by the way, not everything that is urgent is important. All right. Not everything that is urgent or that sounds or looks urgent is important. Okay. And it could even be a colleague, a loved one, or a friend asking you for a favor, right? It could be that. It could be a colleague, it could be a loved one, or your friend, or your mom, your dad asking you for a favor, right? And is not aligning with what you have set out to do in that period in time. It is a distraction. And at the end of this, video, I'm going to share with you what you can do with those kind of dis- distractions. All right. So that is the first part, what a distraction is. I'm sure we have known by now what distractions are. And I want you to start thinking in your head, what are the things that I have been thinking are good for me, but are distractions in themselves? All right. So let us run along. This is part two. Part two is activity versus productivity. What is the difference, especially as it regards me as a realtor, as a real estate consultant, right? Now, this is what separates thinkers from noisemakers. A lot of people feel like so long as I am actively doing something, anything, and I'm sweating and it looks like work, then I'm being productive. So being active is not the same as being productive. Let me even tell you, do you know that you can make 30 calls today, even to clients, to prospect? You can reply 100 chats, right? You can visit, all the sites, like all the sites you're marketing, okay? You can even attend meetings, plenty meetings, and still not learn something new, grow an audience, and close a deal. So my point here is you can be involved in marketing activities, all right, and not still be productive. That is a fact, right? Now, what then, Jeff, is productivity? So, productivity, and again, this is what should guide you in order to make money as a realtor, right? This class is supposed to help you to stop being and broke, busy and broke, right? And to start being productive and make money as a realtor. All right. Now, what is productivity? Productivity is not really how much you do, right? Productivity is how much of important work you do. All right. As a matter of fact, productivity is how much of important work you finish. Because you can actually start doing important work and end up not finishing it. And so not finishing it will still not help you move closer to your goal, right? Yes, I mean, that is what it is. Okay. Now, what is important work? Jeff, what is now important work? Important work is work that compounds. Important work is what? Work that compounds. So, work that counts for you tomorrow and not just today. And see, if you understand this, I can bet you your 2026 will be way better than last year, right? So busy work is work that resets by tomorrow. So work you do today that does not count for you tomorrow, it has reset. Like by tomorrow, you need to start the work all over again. That is busy work, right? So I need you to think about this critically. Think about it very well. So productivity, so productive work, right, creates something that keeps working even when you stop. Let's say tomorrow you are not available to market, right? Um, productive work that you did yesterday should still be able to count for you today or tomorrow. All right. Well, busy work disappears after you've done it that day. I hope this makes sense to you. So always ask yourself, right? Always ask yourself, does what I am doing now compound? All right? What I'm doing now, the activity I'm involved in right now, every time you are busy, or every time you're trying to plan your day, or you're trying to plan activities for your business, ask yourself, what I am doing now, does it compound? Does it count for tomorrow? Will it still bring results for me tomorrow? Or does it die right now? By tomorrow, does it reset? So you see that this is the silent thing. This is the silent, work intelligence, right? That separates realtors that win, or people that win in business, especially when you market, right, from others. Others, their efforts ends right now. It ends today. While productive work compounds. As you do it today, it still counts for you tomorrow. Recently, someone called me. He called me from a video I made 2022. 2022. The video I made 2022, the guy watched it few days ago, I think 4 days ago, and called me. Jeff, I am looking at a building that you're selling in Enugu. It is 35 million naira. Is it still available? And I go, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Kindly look at the dates that video was made. It was made in 2022. And the guy says, oh, I'm just seeing it now. And please, do you have any other thing that looks like this? Can you see? And then, of course, I can redirect him. Okay, see this one that we have. It's looking like I mean, the design conforms with that one you wanted. Can you see what I'm saying? So that time and effort I put into making that content in 2022, right, still counts for me tomorrow. Does it make sense? So that every piece of work you do or you are doing can compound. It is not a one off. Like if you finish doing it now, you sweat, you're exhausted. Does it still count for you tomorrow, or does it just serve for today? Is this making sense? If it's making sense, please type "make sense" in the comment section. Let me know it's making sense. Of course, I'll take your questions at the end of this session, right? So let me give you an example. So random work, so busy work for realtor. So most realtors, they're the kind of work that you do that is busy work. I'm not saying it is not good work, but it's just busy work. It is not the work, it is not these things that compound. And I'm going to be sharing with you the things that compound. All right. So replying WhatsApp messages all day. So you're replying messages every day is busy work. It doesn't really compound for you. Okay. Random calls, just random calls. People just call you from everywhere, right? And you just have to answer. That is random calls. So a friend just remembers you from way back. He saw your contact online and he decides to call you. And at that time he's trying to call you. You have a schedule. There's a schedule for that time. Right? As much as that is good, it is a random, it is a busy work. It is a non-productive work, right? Of course, do you know even site visits that are not strategic? Non-strategic site visits. So somebody just calls you from the blues and says, okay, we need to go to site right now. And you just stand up and move, especially when there's a balance to these things. The point I'm trying to make is there should be a schedule. All right. So if these things you're doing, I mean, if the things you're doing right now or the things you are involved in right now um does not count for you tomorrow, like the activities you're doing right now does not count for you tomorrow, it's not that they're not good, they're not important, but they're not productive work. All right. So what are productive work for realtors? Learning sales and marketing properly. Properly learning sales and marketing is a productive work. I'm just going to give you a few examples. There are more, but I'll just give you a few examples. Learning sales and marketing is a productive work, right? Creating content people can watch continuously all the time is productive work. And that is why it does not make sense to me when realtors or people like trade, anyways, for other realtors, for people like trade, they know better. But for random realtors that call me from the blues and say, okay, oh, Jeff, um, I need your help. And I say, oh, how do you make content for your marketing? And you say something like, I don't have time to make content. I just want to know how to sell. Sincerely, at that point, I really don't know how to help you. Right. So creating content that people can watch over and over. The word I'm saying is over and over. There's some evergreen content, right? That is a productive work. Building audience, actively building an audience that can trust you is productive work. Setting up follow-up systems and processes is productive work. Training yourself to be a closer, to understand how to communicate with prospects is productive work. Understanding open-ended conversations and close-ended conversations is productive work. Because if you get involved in these things, and even if you don't do it for 1 week, people will still message you. Those contents you created will still bring you leads. Your knowledge improves your confidence. Your system still bring in sales, right? This is productive work. All right. These, that's productivity. Now, here's a rule of thumb. Here's a rule of thumb. And this is something, if you don't take anything away from this whole section, please take this away. If your work only helps you today, but does nothing for you next week, tomorrow, next week, next month, you are busy. You are what? Busy. If your work helps you today and still makes tomorrow easier and still helps you with results tomorrow, next week, next month, then you are being productive. Again, if your work only helps you for today, but does nothing for you next week, not does nothing for you tomorrow, like that work is dead today, right? You are just being busy. Busy, right? But if your work helps today and still makes money for you tomorrow, or still bring leads for you tomorrow, or still makes you visible tomorrow, then you're being productive. All right. So that is for part two. We're talking about why most realtors are busy every day and broke. That's what we're talking about. All right. Now, part three. We've done part one, part two. Now we're talking about part three. Part three is what actually makes money for realtors. What are the activities? What are the work pieces of work that when you put together makes money for realtors? Now, this is clarity. I need you to pay attention. I'm going to break this down into three parts only, three buckets of work only. Um, um, these three, it can be broken down into a lot of activities, but I'm just going to summarize it into three buckets of work. The first is knowledge. The first is what? Knowledge. We're talking about what makes money for realtors. Number one is knowledge. And understand this. If you don't know better, you cannot sell better. Full stop. Sales is not, you can't um I don't know, you can't busy yourself into sales. Right? You must know better to sell better. Now, what are the things you need to know? Marketing basics, how buyers think, how buyers think, right? Land administration in the place you sell for, like the city you sell or country you sell, right? Land administration there. You should know that. How to handle objections, that you should know. You should understand that you should understand that no does not mean rejection, right? Understanding how to convert no's, handle no's, and understand that no's are the roads to the yes. One of the things that I think I have learned, I teach my people, and I think you should learn too, is you must learn how to detach your emotions from the outcome of a sale without being pessimistic. Let me say it like this: you must learn how to be optimistic about a sale. So a lead reached out to you and you're expecting a sale, you're optimistic about that sale, right? Good. But you must also learn how to detach your emotions from the outcome of the sale, so that if the sale doesn't go the way you expect it to go, it does not dampen your emotions, because you have learned something called the law of averages, right? Of course, I'll teach more of that in the Make More Commissions challenge for those that are going to be attending that, right? So, knowledge, knowledge helps your confidence. So, confidence in sales comes from knowledge. Ignorance creates fear and confusion, all right? Confidence comes from what? Knowledge. And sales is confidence. All right. So the number one thing that brings money for you as a realtor is knowledge. Number two is visibility. Number two is what? Visibility. If people don't see you, they cannot trust you. If they don't trust you, they cannot buy from you. Full stop. Right? If people don't know that you exist, they don't know the product you have, right? They cannot trust you, right? And if they can't trust you, they cannot buy from you. See, it's I will even say consistent visibility because visibility helps for so sorry, consistency helps build trust. All right. So what is visibility, or what do I mean by visibility? Showing up consistently is visibility. Teaching what you know. So um, um, leveraging content, using content to show expertise, show authority, and build um, trust is visibility. I'm sorry, something just entered my eye. All right. So using content to show expertise, authority, and build trust is visibility. This help you be remembered. You want to engrave your brand, your personality, and what you sell in the minds of as many prospects as possible. Because three things are going to happen. They may buy immediately, they may buy later, and when they're ready to buy, is you they'll remember, or they'll be sitting among people that are talking about buying real estate. And guess who they'll remember? It is you. All right. Now, you need to note this, understand this clearly. The best realtor is not always the most read or the most skilled. The best realtor is usually the most visible to the right audience. I had to add that end part, right? Because you can be very visible. Haven't you seen influencers with a lot of following that are broke? Haven't you seen realtors with a lot of engagement, likes, comments that are not making sales? So yes, it's important you're visible, but it's also important that you're visible to the right audience. It's important that you understand the type of marketing online you're doing. Is it interruption based marketing? Is it search based marketing? Or are you doing a blend of the two? This is important. So, being visible enough alone is not enough. All right. And then the number three, activity that brings sales for realtors is closing and follow up. So, sales skills, which comprise of follow up and closing. All right, that is sales skills. So now, what is sales? What is sales? Asking the right questions. When prospects reach out to you, your duty is not to start bombarding them with all your products because you want to just sell. What is your duty? Your duty is to begin to ask them the right questions. All right? That is your duty. Why? Because you are a real estate what? Consultant. All right? That is what you are. The best marketers are people that can ask the right questions because you want to be able to know the pain points and desire of the prospect in order to meet it. Not everybody that buys your property is buying for the same reason. People buy for different reasons. I had a conversation with a prospect yesterday, and he says that in a few months from now, he's coming back from the US with his wife, right? So they are coming. Now, they want to relocate in 5 years' time. So they are looking for a place that has a lot of prospects, but it's not very expensive right now, so that they can buy and take their time to build. All right. They want to take their time between now, in a few months, they are going to be back. So between now and the next 5 years, they want to constantly build it gradually till then. Right. That is, and of course, I recommended an estate to them. Now, the same estate I recommended to another person. He says he wants to buy, he's in the UK, he's in UK. He says he wants to buy and for rental purposes. So he wants to buy and build a shortlet apartment, I'm sorry, and put out in the market to get rental income. So he was looking for a place that has good access to the road and good access to the airport. Now, of course, I recommended the same estate to these two guys, but you see that their needs are different. And when I'm pitching the estates to them, I'm not pitching the same thing to two of them. You see that? The same estate too, right? But I'm pitching different solutions to their problems. For this one, I'm pitching security, relaxed environment, luxury space. For this other guy, I'm pitching um, return on investment. I'm pitching accessibility. The same estate. But how can I do this? And of course, I close the two of them. But how can I do this? Is because I listen. So sales is listening, asking the right questions and listening um for their problems and pain points. All right. So in summary, um your daily work, if your daily work does not feed these three things, if your daily work as a realtor, the work you do daily as a realtor does not feed these three things, knowledge, visibility, and sales, I think you are working on the wrong things. All right. I think you're working on the wrong things. Are we following? Are we following? Yes. Let me know in the comment section if you're following. Just put the fire emoji in the comment section if you are following as we go to part 4. So, part 4. Sorry, something entered my eye. I'm so sorry. Let's just go on. I guess I'll deal with it as soon as I'm done here. Part 4. Part 4 is how to structure your day to minimize distractions. So, how do you structure your day in order to minimize distractions? Now, I'm just going to go straight to practicals in this part. Your day should have 2 block walks or 2 section of walks. The first is, now let me explain. It depends on what time of day is your most productive day. For someone, this can be tailored. You can tailor this to suit yourself. For some people, it is morning. For others, it is at night. Let me know which time of day is your favorite, is your most productive day. If you have found out, if you have not, this is something you should think about now. All right. So let me know. Type morning in the comments or night in the comments. Let me know which one is yours. For me, it is night, late at night, right? That is my most productive time. So let me know your own. So normally every day is divided into two blocks. Two blocks. morning block and night block, or afternoon block or evening block, right? So for most people it is morning. For others it is, daytime. It is good. Some say morning, night. Okay, some say night. Well, it's good because it's important you know this, because the time of day that is your most productive day, it is smart and wise to put your most demanding work in that time of day. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Your day should be divided into two parts. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time to, explain like in details, but I'm just going to give you something to go and think about. Your day should be divided into two parts. The first part is called creator time, maker time. Can call it maker time, when you make stuff. The other time should be called manager time, right? So there is maker time, manager time, and there is, maker time. I learned this from a guy called Alex Hamosi, right? So maker time, what do you do? What does maker time mean? Maker time is that time of day where your focus is to create stuff. So create things like you're creating a video, you're creating your content calendar, you're writing out your scripts, you are brainstorming on something, you are, creator time. This is creator time. Or you're even editing. For you that still edit your work, for a few of us that still edit our work ourselves, that is a maker time. This is a time when you need absolute attention. All right. That is called maker time. Manager time, on the other hand, is when you're involved in meetings, inspections, activities. You're doing other things, maybe follow-ups too. When you're calling your prospects, follow-ups. Those are called what? Those are called what? Manager time. This is a time when you're not doing deep work. So if you notice what I'm saying, maker time is deep work. Manager time is other things. That's meetings. These things are not deep work. Like, you don't really need to really think about these things. You just need to be there and do them, right? Does this make sense? So maker time is what? Deep work. Manager time is other activities. All right. Now, it's important you know this so that you can know how to fix your maker time into your most productive hours. All right. It is very important you note this. So if you're able to fix your maker time into very productive hours, you see that you can do deep work. You can block out 2 to 4 hours of your time. No calls, no messages. You're just focused on that thing. Now, I'll share with you a few rules that I walk by. All right. I hope this helps you to rule number one. We're talking about how to structure your day to minimize distractions. Rule number one, your day has two serious work blocks, like I said. Um, you don't have unlimited focus. Truth is, you don't have unlimited focus. It's important that you structure your day into maker time and, manager time. All right. So know this first. Know that there is maker time, which is time you do deep work. If you're an early morning kind of person, if you're a morning kind of person, it is best you wake up as early as possible. If you read the book, the 5 a.m. walk, what was the name of that book? The 5 a.m. work week. Something, no, the 4 hours work week, right? You understand some of these things. And the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharman. That's another great book about these things, right? So, um, um, what I was saying that you divide your time into two time blocks. If you're an early morning kind of person, it is smart, it is wise that you maybe wake up earlier, right? You wake up earlier and then create your maker time between say 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. So normally your phone starts ringing. Like if you work a 9 to 5 or you have to attend to other things, your phone can possibly start ringing between maybe 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. right? Right. So between that 5 a.m. and maybe 8 a.m., there's a chance that your phone will not ring. There's a chance that you can turn off your phone, you can silence your phone at that point and just lock in on your maker time. Make sense? And then other activities that you can do alongside taking a call, alongside doing other things, you can now lock those in. Those are called manager time. So you can now lock those ones in during other time of the day. Rule number two, for me, one block, one goal. So for every time I block out a time, and that is for you too, for every time you block out a time, try and ensure that you have one goal in mind. Maybe at that point, see, let me use examples. So if you want to learn, so if you're blocking out your time to learn, remember I said there are three things, right? What are those three things again that can make you money as a realtor? Please list them in the comments. Absolutely. So three things. So if you are blocking out your time to learn, right, then at that point you can silence your phone. So that is learning time. If you're blocking out your time to create content, right? Or you want to be visible, that is content time. So you're creating content, you're making videos, maybe you're batch creating videos, right? Which is a good thing to do. Then no calls at that time. Maybe you airplane your phone, put it on airplane mode, right? If you are creating a time to do follow-ups, maybe you want to message a list of clients, personalized follow-up, value-based follow-ups, then you know that at that point there's no scrolling. Your internet is on, your WhatsApp is on, but you're not scrolling. You're not seeing anybody's message, nothing. You just fix your time, lock in on that one activity per time. All right. Because the truth is, when you mix tasks, you kill your focus. All right. I hope that makes sense. Rule number three, batch distractions. Don't fight them. Right? Distractions are Some distractions are inevitable. And like I explained earlier, some distractions are good activities, but they are distractions. Why? Because they're not contributing to what you want to do at that time. All right. So what do? You create something called a distractions list as it comes. Oh, let's say you're working on creating your content, and then you remember that, oh, I need to call this person. Instead of breaking your focus at that time to call the person, you can get a piece of paper called a distractions list and write it down there. That, okay, by so time I'm going to call this person. Remember, I said there is a manager time. So at manager time, you go and just write it there. All right. So if the point is, if everything is urgent, then nothing is important. All right. Nothing is important if everything is what? Urgent. All right. Then rule number four. Rule number four on how to handle this distractions as a realtor, how to structure your day to minimize distractions. Rule number four, protect your focus like money. Protect your focus just the same way you protect your income, your money. People who respect your time will schedule appointments, even if the person is older than you, but respect your time. I have noticed that people that are focused and productive in their own lives usually respect your time. People that are not productive and focused in their lives, they would not respect your time as well. They will interrupt you and demand that you give them that time right now. All right. And if you don't protect your day will be stolen. Time is your biggest resource, not money. And time is not money. Time is not money. Time is not money. We heard all the time that time is money. Time na money, oh, is a lie. Time is not money. Time is infinitely greater than money. Time is infinitely more important than money. How do I know that? You can lose money and make it back. But if you lose time, time is gone. Today is what? Today is 17th, right? 17th of January 2026. And 8 p.m. 17th of January 2026 is gone. It will never come back again. No matter how much you have, you can never bring back a time again. Is that not true? So protect your time like you protect your money. Protect your day, right? If you don't protect your day, someone will steal it from you. They are going to come and interrupt your day, right? It is important also that as much as possible, plan your day before the day, right? Plan your day, plan today, yesterday. Then any other thing that comes in the day, some are important, some are good. Again, distractions that are good, schedule it. Schedule it. Now, in closing, I'm going to just wrap up here, right? Knowing is one thing, doing it consistently is another thing, right? And this is why I created the Make More Commissions Challenge, right? This is why it exists. The Make More Commissions Challenge exists to help you structure your time properly, focus on the right activities, and build knowledge, visibility, and sales skills. And then again, I can have the opportunity to personally guide, and direct and maybe hold you accountable as well so that you can take away the guesswork. All right. And that is true. Right. So if you are tired of, working all day and being busy and not seeing results, then you want to join the 5 days Make More Commissions challenge. You can just go to www.mmcchallenge.com and sign up, or simply just send us a message. There'll be a WhatsApp number in the comment section. Just send us a message to join. Right. And I mean, for those that are joining, of course, we'll dissect these things more. We'll talk about visibility more. We'll talk about knowledge more. We'll talk about sales skills more in the class. But I hope you got something here this evening in this brief class, right? Stop being busy going forward from today. I mean, you can go and watch the replay of this video again so that you can pick up a few things you start implementing now, so that you stop being busy and start being effective, start being productive. All right. And this is one of the reasons why most realtors are busy. Every day they are busy, but they are broke. They are broke. All right. They are busy and they are broke. All right. So, in summary, and just before I end this, if what you're working on right now helps you only today, if what you're working on right now helps you only today, but does nothing for you tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, you are just being busy. You're not being productive. If whatever you're doing today helps you today, makes tomorrow easier, and still contributes to your productivity next month, next week, next year, then you're being productive. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today. I hope you learned something, one or two things, right? Please, of all things you're going to take out from today, from this class today, being busy is not the same thing as being productive. And you can actually be busy doing, marketing activities. But if they do not contribute to your goal tomorrow, if it doesn't compound, if the work you're doing does not compound, you're not being productive at all. Right. So with this, we come to the end of today. And I hope you got something. If you learned anything, please put the fire emoji in the comment section. Share this video with other people to other realtors too that can learn, and for those that are going to be attending the Make More Commissions Challenge, we're starting next week. This first batch will start from 20th to 25th. So if you're going to join us, if you want me to walk you through some of these things in deeper form and to learn more, then go join the Make More Commissions Challenge. Go to www.mmcchallenge.com to join us. For the rest of you, please stop being busy and start being productive. Enjoy a great day. And bye for now.